Hey guys, and welcome to another First Impressions video. Today we're looking at Conan Chop Chop, which is a roguelite dungeon crawler, and it's pretty damn good. Very difficult, but very good indeed. As always, we'll look through the options first, and then we'll jump straight into the game, and I will give you a rundown of what I like and what I don't like. So let's not waste any time, let's jump straight into it, shall we? Okay, so it's important to note that this game has been made with console in mind. To that end, you cannot rebind your controls, and there really aren't that many graphics options to speak of. It does, however, switch between controller and keyboard and mouse seamlessly, which is really nice, but overall, this options menu is not ideal. It will run on a toaster though. Like, it's not very graphically intensive, but honestly, there are things that they could have done and should have done that they didn't. Namely, you can't rebind your controls. It's not ideal. It's just a list of this is what they do. Honestly, I would advise doing this with a controller over a keyboard and mouse. It just works better and more seamlessly. Your audio, it does start at the maximum volume. Luckily, the soundtrack and the voice acting is pretty damn good, so it's not a major issue, but it would be nice if it started it a bit quieter on the go. Display, this is the most disappointing of all of the options. You've got VSync, player identification, screen and resolution, and your frame rate. That is it. That's all. There is nothing else that you can change, and it's a bit of a shame. I will say that the game does run smoothly though. Your language. There is a fair amount of languages here. It's nice to see. And then credits. And that's your options. A bit disappointing, not going to lie. But again, the type of game this is, I'm not really surprised either. Alright, so this is where the game starts you whenever you load in. Annoyingly, it takes you through the starting cinematic every single time, but you can skip it. And the idea is that you've got to go through different dungeons until you unlock these 4 gates, and that will take you through to the final boss. It will take you a while because this is a very difficult game. If I had one sort of qualm with it so far, it would be that the tutorial makes it seem a lot easier than what it actually is. The difficulty spike from tutorial to real life gameplay, next level. However, there are a number of things that you can do to improve yourself before you go into the next dungeon run. Anything that you earn in that dungeon run outside of experience will be taken off you when you die, and you will be starting from scratch again. It is a roguelite to its core. You've got a number of different things that you can do. So you can buy upgrades or passives, etc. from here. You unlock them as you go through by unlocking chests. You've got weapons and armor down here that you can unlock. And then you've got your skill points dude here. And you have your armory dude here. So you can upgrade your weapon and your skill points for a permanent buff from these 2 people. We have got some stones. So we're going to show you the armory here. You've got your weapons, armor, shields, and charms. So you can buy some charms for good permanently if you so desire. Honestly, the only thing that I'm not a huge fan of is that you can't scroll down beyond what you've got unlocked. So you've got to find them in game in order to unlock them. But I can only see these 4 right now. I can't scroll down and see a large range of what else you can do. I've got 25 of these rainbow stones to go, so we're going to unlock this weapon here. And then we are going to go across down here, and we're going to get some better armor. We are going to go for this one, just because. And then from there, you can equip your items here. So you're going to go and pick them up. And then you go to this screen here, and it will automatically equip them. But then you can select it, and it will show you... It will not show you anything. Never mind. I thought it would show you the base equipment that it gave you, but apparently not. Once you're equipped and you have spent your gold wisely on something that you may or may not want to get, I would say that there are some charms that are definitely worth more than others to get. Namely, there is a boomerang sword that gives you quite a big buff, as it gives you a AoE effect as you go around. I've also got this summoning buddy here. And then basically you just go through the dungeon and kill things, which I will show you now. Alright, here we are. So, each of these dungeons, their different rooms are procedurally generated, and your enemies so far haven't been that varied. We've had like 3 or 4, but you have a block, you have your basic attack, you have a bomb that you can drop, and you have arrows. Now, you will have to replenish your arrows as you go through, otherwise you won't be able to keep using them. And you basically just go through and kill things as you go. You've got to clear an entire room before you can move on, and it gets a bit gnarly a bit quickly. Like, the game is very, very punishing. You don't have a lot of health, and like I say, once you die, you lose everything that you've gained that run. It's challenging and pretty fun, but very frustrating as well. Like I say, the difficulty spike from the get-go is rather large, and it is very punishing as a result. You can get very overwhelmed very early on with just the sheer amount of enemies that are coming at you. And when you've got different types of enemies, so ranged and melee, all coming at you at the same time, it's very easy to kind of struggle. Also, there are some areas here where you've got like chests and stuff, and even though I have the key, I can't access them, and I've not really worked out how you're supposed to do that. But on the whole, it's a very well-written game. The story is very tongue-in-cheek. It's quite interesting and quite enjoyable to play as well. The voice acting is very good in the game, and it doesn't take itself too seriously, which is always a good thing. But it's like here, there's a chest in here, and I have no idea how I'm going to get there. If you look on the bottom right, you can see a minimap which shows you places that you can and cannot go. And there are certain areas where you will unlock areas or extra areas by doing the by using your bomb. Essentially, you use your bomb and then you are able to continue. Now, this is a kind of bonus area where you can change your things, and this looks like a boss, which is going to hurt because they just do. So you've got to kill the totem as quickly as possible, but you've got to be careful because it does do damage. If they are bosses or mini bosses, they have a little skull above their head. And outside of the fact that it's quite difficult, honestly, the combat's kind of dull. The game is fun, but the combat itself is kind of dull because you only have this swinging motion. You unlock different passives and different abilities and stuff, but honestly, it's just walk around and swing your sword and block and hope for the best. That's really all this is. And it's a bit of a shame. They could have added different combos in and stuff if they really wanted to, and I kind of wish they had. But they are. That's the game. It's pretty damn good. I'm a big fan. Go and check it out, guys. This is Conan Chop Chop. It's on Steam. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.